my problem lies. It lies with lazy artists, or it lies with nefarious artists, or it lies with greedy artists, or it lies with artists who do not mean art well, or it lies with people who cater, or it lies with, you know, karaoke flutist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's that stuff I don't like. You know, when you're trying to build a brand, and that's what you mean. Brand with art, ideally, in an ideal world, would come organically. You would do things, and then a brand would appear or reveal itself or be conferred. And then you can manipulate that. Prince is a great example of this to some extent, right? Like, part of what Prince built was a body of work that informed a brand. And then over time, as he chose to do other things and kind of expand what he was doing, he would manipulate the brand. He understood that there were certain things that people expected, and from time to time, he would upend those expectations through different types of music, through other mediums like film, so on and so forth. And so he's a really good example of how people put brand onto what he created, and he either ran toward or pulled back or flipped or manipulated that so that he could continue to be as creative and profitable as possible over many decades of music and creativity, frankly. So that may not be the most organic example, right? But here's the equation that I really want everybody to walk away with today and begin using immediately. Brand should not define your work. Your work should define your brand. It's very simple. Your brand should not define your work. Why? Because then it will put gates around what you create. It will put walls and blinders on you in the creative process, which is the last place where you want those things. You don't want to edit when you are creating. You want to edit later once you have created, right? And so your work should define your brand. Your work should be as earnest and as honest and as you can make it. I mean, if you care. Again, if you just one of these cats out here trying to get paid, do you, and don't watch my videos, all right? But if that is important to you, then your work should define your brand. Your work is what you should be known for. Because what is it that cats are really trying to sell when they sell brand, right? They're really just trying to sell themselves. And frankly, as an artist, the last thing I want you to do with me is to hold me to the standard of my art, right? I want you to like my art, buy my art, come see my art, listen to my art, read my art, all that. Not me. I don't want every time I come on to your radar to be on the hook for something. There was a time when that was kind of the thing to do, right? You were selling the experience of the person. And the person was all of the things that the person did. Which is why now we have literally like 100 million people out here shooting their lives on an hourly basis for whoever. Like, that's a content creator. That's not an artist. That's not a creative spirit. That's a content creator. That's a brand. You're trying to create a brand so you can do what? Get paid to do what you was going to do anyway? Go where you was going to go anyway? Eat what you was going to eat anyway? Wear what you was going to wear anyway? I can't stand content creators. Conversely, I cannot stand brand. So that's my beef, right? My beef is that I want to see the work. I want to like the work. People are disappointing. Work is where it's at. Show me the work. Show me the work. Don't show me the brand. Brand should not define your work. Your work should define, if you must have a brand, your work should define your brand. Do the work. Do the work. Every success I've ever had as an adult, creating things, has come from doing the work, not from selling people on the concept that I might do some work, not on trying to, pitch something to people. Man, I don't do pitches. I don't apply for grants. I don't do any of that stuff, man. I'm just like, yo, this is what I do. Do you want what I do? Pay me for what I do or not. I might do it for free depending on what it is. But just ask me for what I do. And if I want to do that, then I'll do that. That's it. That's it. That should be the relationship, right? Now, I understand that there are aspects of what I do that operate like brand. Like there are things that, people apply to me when I walk in the door. Or, for instance, they invite me to do something or to speak at something, whatever, with the understanding that Scott does certain things, right? So technically that would be brand. But I didn't create that. I didn't manifest that. I didn't ask for that. I didn't hire anybody to create that. I did a bunch of work and people got an impression of what I was about. And so that's what they hire me to do. Or that's what they come seeking. Or that's what they buy. Or that's what they, whatever, right? That is how we engage. We engage over work. Over my body of work. And I guess somewhere in there along the way, there's a brand that emerges. Cool. I would like for more people to understand and know what it is that I do and what I think and believe so that they would not ask me to do things that are not those things. So I'm not against the idea of brand in and of itself, right? It is the way we use these things. It is the order in which we apply these things that I have a problem with. A lot of shitty work out here. A lot of shitty work of cats out here trying to create engagement and brand. Like trying to make their name synonymous with something. The only thing I want my name synonymous with is that work. That's it. All right, at the risk of repeating myself, I'm going to stop now. I got to go to work. Have a good day.